Hello and welcome to Dorothy Gunn YouTube channel, where I'm gonna post tips, tricks, and some other helpful shit to help you learn photography. So whether you're a beginner, intermediate, preferably for beginners, that's one of the things I'm gonna focus on. This should be helpful for you. I'm gonna show you what I'm shooting with, what types of things I like to shoot, and hopefully you learn something. Like it, share it, subscribe, comment, do things. Engage with me, y'all. So I bought a couple of new toys. I bought the Canon 1DX-Mark II and the Canon 5D-Mark IV. Both were released in 2016. I like them so far. I don't have any complaints. I got the 1DX Mark II because I'm starting to shoot sports now, and I needed something that can keep up with a continuous shutter speed. So that was a really good option for me right now. The 5D Mark IV is pretty good too. It's obviously much lighter, so something that I'm going to take in the street more to shoot portraits of people and shit like that. So just to cover what it is that I am shooting with both cameras, mostly sports on the 1DX, and then mostly portraits and some automotive stuff, and weddings and events and things like that. But on the 1DX, I'm also doing some of that stuff too. But primarily things that aren't sports. I'm doing on the 5D Mark IV. On both of them, I have Tamron lenses. I'm more dedicated to Tamron than I am to Canon. I just don't really see that big of a difference to support the price of a Canon lens. I do like Sigma lenses as well, but for the most part, Tamron has been pretty good to me over the years, so I stick with them. I don't have much to say. I mean, talk a little shit about Sony. I did use Sony when they first were becoming popular. I think with the first A7 model or whatever it was, but that's when they got the battery really fucked up, and I didn't want to give them a try again. Now I have seen some really good reviews on the A7R4, so that's probably something that I'm gonna look into over time. Right now, I'm not too crazy about mirrorless cameras just because I'm a little old school when it comes to that shit. I like 35mm cameras anyway, and just like medium format film cameras. So when it comes to like the higher tech shit, I'm just like, you're not that fucking great. But like I said, I have heard really good things. I've heard really good things about the Canon mirrorless stuff too. So no hate. I will probably get around to trying it at some point, but for now, I know with one of the previous models of the 1Ds, I don't remember which one exactly, something that preceded the Mark II for sure, but I took some of my best photos on that. A lot of concert stuff, some portraits, and events, but mostly mostly people, and I really, really, really enjoyed that. Those were that's probably my best work. Some of my best work was shot on on one of the 1D models. Probably one that I would imagine like the one that came out before this one, before the Mark II. So I trust it, needless to say. It has fucking incredible low light performance, which I absolutely need. I'm doing a lot of indoor photography for sports, because I'm shooting basketball right now. It's basketball season. Go Hornets. And what's McKinley again? Number 11, but still go Big Blue. Nah, they're good. They're good though. They're just not as good as Scotlandville. It's my alma mater. Keep it real. But yeah, it's giving me that continuous shutter speed that I need for sure. I'm just starting out with sports photography, and it's pretty sick. I had a really I don't know why, like, it didn't click for me that I was gonna need, like, why I would need such a continuous shutter speed, like why I needed it to move that fast. I was just kind of like, it's like whatever. But there's especially basketball, there's a lot of movement, and brilliant things happen in very short amounts of time, and right angle, right settings, right camera settings at the time. Like, you do need it to be pretty fast, and that is what the 1DX-Mark II is giving me right now. So I say it's still worth it. I've heard some pushback on the weight of the camera. I don't mind the weight at all. And I used the Tamron lens compared to the Canon 70-200 2.8, or I think it's 2.8, might be 1.4. Pretty sure it's 2.8. But 70-200 millimeter Tamron compared to the Canon one is much smaller. It's much lighter, so I don't really have that big of a problem with it. With kind of carrying it around or whatever. I obviously would not do that for long amounts of time, but it's not terrible at all. I can't complain about it. It's not like a deal breaker for me. And then on the 5D Mark IV, I have a 24-70 millimeter 2.8. That's pretty good too. The job that I'm at right now, where I'm shooting more automotive photography, they actually don't even want me to use a DSLR or a mirrorless or anything, or a professional camera. Technically a professional camera. They want me to take photos with my iPhone. They specifically asked me to do that, which I was not expecting. But I got the Mark IV and the my 24-70 that I've had for a while, and I'm just gonna experiment with different cars in my own time. But for the stuff that they want me to do, I upgraded to the Pro 14 because I wanted the wide angle. I could not shoot the way that I needed to shoot without the wide angle. And after the photos go into Lightroom, which they don't want either. They want pretty basic stuff, nothing too creative, just for their website. But on my own time, after I send it through Lightroom and stuff, just with my phone, I actually really enjoy the way that it looks. I think it's not the highest quality imaginable. I wouldn't, go and slap it on a poster or anything, or some printed ads and things like that. But for smaller scale digital work, like social media and things like that, where you're not going to blow it up that much, it's okay. It's surprisingly more solid than I thought it was going to be. And then the Pro 14, I don't know if it's just me, but I feel like it has some sort of little vignette thing that it does naturally. Maybe the depth of field does seem a little bit different to me, in a way that I really enjoy. So I am enjoying taking these photos with the Pro 14, and then pairing it with the Halide app. I don't know if that's how you say it. Halide, Halide, I like it. It's giving me what I was missing out of a DSLR, that manual setting, or the ability to control the settings a little bit more accurately. So it gives you control over the shutter speed, aperture, and ISO. So you have manual control over all those things. And I think what's gonna be my tell all soon is how it handles light painting with the vehicles, which I'm gonna try on my Ram pretty soon, because it should be able to handle light painting, because on the Headlight app I can slow the shutter speed down the way that I want to, and since I do have control over the settings, it should allow me to do a pretty something interesting. I don't. It's probably. I don't know what to expect out of the iPhone for this, but I think it will handle okay. I'm gonna give it a little bit of that. I don't know how it's gonna do, but it's gonna be interesting. I'm interested. So I'll have that. I have that soon. What that light painting is gonna look like for the interiors. That's pretty much it. That's all I got for now. But yeah, if there's anything that you do want me to address, let me know. Drop that shit in the comments. Tell me what you liked and what you hated, so I can be better for you. But not really, because I don't want you to ruin it for everybody else.